Disclaimer, spoiler alert. Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about Dr. Eggman from Sonic Forces. Now in this game, we first meet Dr. Eggman in the opening cutscene, where he talks about his greatest creation yet, the Phantom Ruby. After he infuses the Phantom Ruby into Infinite, who himself is probably going to get his own video, he proceeds to attack the city again, and this time manages to actually defeat Sonic, albeit only thanks to Infinite. After he defeats and captures Sonic, he proceeds to conquer most of the world, which is rather impressive feat considering in all the other games, Sonic always kicks his ass. One thing I actually love about Eggman in this game was that he actually almost completed his goal, and this is probably one of the only times a villain actually completes his goal, and then is defeated by a rebellion later rather than initially failing. Eggman's creation of Infinite was also pretty epic. Despite the fact that Infinite barely spoke throughout the entire game and we don't know much about him, he was still probably one of the coolest characters in the whole thing. The one blunder in the game that Eggman makes, at least the biggest one, is that he chose not to finish Sonic when he had the chance. Instead, he waited till his empire was finished in order to show Sonic before killing him. This led to the heroes managing to break out Sonic and bringing him back to the planet Mobius. The thing about Eggman is that his backstory isn't really well spoken of in most games, and this one is no exception. However, what he lacks in backstory, he makes up for in motive, which is as usual, to kill Sonic and take over the world. It's also said at some point in the game that Eggman used to torture Sonic during the time he was captured. Whilst it's pretty harsh, it suits Eggman and the overall theme of the game pretty well. The exception of this game that I really love is that it isn't just about Sonic defeating Eggman like it normally is, it uses actual elements of war and battles, which is why I'm talking about Eggman torturing Sonic, really fitting the theme of the game. Whilst the next trait I'm going to talk about can be given to Infinite too, Eggman also gets the blame for this one, as a large part of the defeat was due to how cocky he was. Whilst it is standard villain persona, I think it's still worth talking about. Despite getting his ass by Tails and the other Sonic, Eggman still tells them his plan, expecting them to do nothing about it. Whilst again, this is standard villain persona, I still consider it one of his biggest blunders after not finishing Sonic in the first place. One of the other things I admire Eggman for in this game was the number of backups he had in place for the final battle. First, he has Infinite fighting us, but we defeat him. This leads to Eggman killing him in order to remove the Phantom Ruby from him and place it into one of his massive robots. When we defeat that robot, surprise surprise, we have to fight another robot. Not to mention, he also initially had a backup power source for the Phantom Ruby underneath his tower. Overall, I love the plot of this game, and Eggman is played pretty much perfectly in it. With the torturing of Sonic, the determination that Eggman had to complete the goal, the epic character that he created, Infinite, as well as many other things make Eggman absolutely perfect in this game, and for that reason, I'm putting him on the S tier.